correlation with COVID-19 and having just a source of income. You know, they say it, the Yoruba people always say, "Ọ̀nà kan ò ṣe kíni, ọ̀nà kan ò wọjà." The good thing, about 2 days ago, I was listening to a particular program, and I got to know that even the famous Garden of Eden actually had 4 inlets of water coming into it when God created the earth. That means naturally, God created man to have multiple sources of income. And that is why today we are bringing, like we said, Muyiwa Ademola, Mr. Authentic, on board this program. You are welcome, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. Good afternoon. It's afternoon already.
I guess.
think we can still do this. Wow. Yeah, good afternoon. Well, it's we have to observe social distancing.
Oh, yes.
These are one of the precautions we have to take if we really have to curb this dangerous virus called COVID-19. Once again, I'm so happy to be here live. You know, in our place, our office. You know, it's our family place.
Yes.
Yeah, ufitfly. And seriously, like you said, this moment has actually exposed a whole lot of things.
Exactly.
And the major thing is, no matter how much you have in reserve, my brother, you will spend. Money can only multiply when you make it work.
Money can only multiply when you make it work.
When it is stationary, and you're just taking bit by bit out of it, it will go. Let's just look at it this way. You have a pond, a fish pond, right? You have a fish pond. You cemented. You know, you have the concrete, and you put water, and you put some fishes. Why you begin to take away some water, if you do not put that water back, at a point you're not going to have any water there again. Imagine that, okay, you now go, you go into a place where you can get some source, you know, of water coming in there. You just have your fish pond, but you make sure that the floor is not being concrete, you know. Definitely you're going to have water coming to mix up with the water already.
Exactly. Yes.
Little by little. And if you look at it, I personally learned a lesson in this COVID. Because majorly I felt, okay, I am a film actor, I'm a film director, I'm a film producer, I do MC, I anchor programs. What again? Brand ambassador.
Multi-talented.
I'm a brand ambassador to ufitfly. And a few other companies like that. Shall I tell you the truth? I still have all my eggs in a basket.
Wow.
To me, I felt I've, diversified. I've actually been taking a whole lot of things. Okay, if I do not go to location to act, I will sell some of my films.
Yes.
Some of my old films will sell.
Okay.
People will do events and coming for,
Exactly.
Parties and all that. Then if you fly, will say, hello, Muyiwa Ademola, we are going to Israel tomorrow, we are going to Kenya, Dubai, we are going to Canada, we go to America, we're going to the UK, we're going to everywhere. And say, okay, take this in your account, okay, let's go. I will make all those things. But look at COVID. Everything stopped.
Stand still.
Everything.
Wow.
Everything. So that means even me thinking I do not have all my eggs in a basket, I lied to myself. Because everything I do still revolves around entertainment. So if anything happens to entertainment, like something happened to your world now, everything freezes. There's no location, no acting.
At all.
No MC base, no party. And here we are at the ufitfly. The only thing we're letting you know is, okay, there's going to be a light at the end of the tunnel, you know, and so we should continue, and let's just hope that this pass very soon.
We pray
That
so.
means, yes, so
We
that
pray
means
so.
nothing is happening. And if you now have to look at it, so what do we mean by you not putting your eggs
in one basket?
in one basket? What do we mean by you not having just one source of income? You having multiple
sources of income.
Sources of income. Imagine like, okay, now, like I'm talking to you right now, I have a farm, just a little farm. And you know one thing, the cost of me putting up a farm, I might be earning like ‹1 million naira as an actor. Let's assume all I get in a month is like ‹1 million naira as an actor. And out of just ‹1 million naira, I put aside like 500,000 naira to have, let me just call it a vegetable farm. You know, I grow vegetable, I go, probably okay, I have tomato, I have pepper, I have all those things like with 500 million naira. And you know that when everything stops during COVID-19, there's something that continues to thrive so much. There's something that nobody could do without purchasing.
Exactly.
Either you steal the money, you beg for the money, you get that money, and that is food.
Yes, agriculture.
Agriculture. I've been wearing the clothes I have since COVID. You've been wearing the one you have.
Of course.
Nobody is buying any new clothes. Nobody is buying any new cars. Nobody is building any new houses.
Yes.
But we eat every day.
Every day.
And even the fare is, if you're not very careful, if the stage doesn't stop in time, I'm afraid we're going to finish, we're going to consume all we have.
Exactly.
And that is why we have to do something about agriculture right now. Even at this moment that I'm talking, it is not even too much for you to go into that little, you know, farming.
Mr. Authentic,
Okay,
I don't want you to offload everything you have for us, because the truth about this is that what I have here is that I decided to make it an open session whereby people can drop in their questions and I'll ask you. A lot of people know you, Muyiwa Ademola, and a lot of people know Authentic. In less than 2 minutes, can we know who is Muyiwa Ademola and who is Authentic?
Thank you so much. Well, I am Muyiwa Ademola before word Authentic. I am from Ogun State. I grew up in Oyo State, but I'm a native of Ogun State. I'm a prince. Related to the most powerful, that Ademola dynasty. When you heard the likes of Adetokunbo, Ademola, you know, yeah, those are big uncles.
Famous name in Lagos.
Yes. All over the country, all over the country, you know. And I grew up in Oyo State, so most times I call myself Egba Badon. I'm from Egba and I'm in Ibadan. And you know, having spent close to like 45 years in Ibadan, so I could say, okay, I'm still I'm Ibadan. You know, I'm Oyo State. I'm partially Oyo State, partially Ogun State. So I call myself a Babadon. You know, I went to Christ Church School. That's Christ Church School in Elikuro in Ibadan here. I went to St. David's High School. You know, St. David's Grammar School at Maliti, right beside it was the grammar school. Then I went to the University of Ibadan.
Wow.
I'm a father, a husband, an uncle to so many people. I'm married to, you know, the most beautiful wife, you know, anyone could have. That is
in the whole wide world.
Oh, I'm telling you, here and there. It's Omolara, you know, Olori. Because I'm a prince, so we call our wives
Olori by default.
Yes, you know, that's the way my father was like, okay, you can't just call your wife Lara. No. You know, they are royal, so we call her Olori. So I'm married to Olori Omolara Ademola, and I've gotten you know, beautiful kids.
Wow.
I started my career about 30 years ago, and just like one of my popular films, Ori, my journey into the industry has been quite through that fate. Because naturally, when I tell people I'm a very shy person, they still do not believe it. And it's one of the reasons why I would tell people that, okay, acting is a profession. It's not a way of life. And so if you see anybody that kills in film, don't begin to think
that is a killer in real life.
You understand? Because I'm one kind of person that can stay in one spot for like 1 month.
Wow.
I can stay without talking. I can stay without making any trouble. In as much as I have my internet and I have my TV and I can, you know, have my family, I'm very fine.
You are good.
So I'm just good to go.
Wow.
So naturally I'm like that, and yeah, I am today. You know, I started acting and I've been for like 30 years now. I've not been doing any other thing apart from filmmaking. I started from you know, from my secondary school days, little movement. Then when I finished secondary school, so I journeyed to a man called Charles Olumo Agbako. You know, so I've been writing stories since. No, he's alive. Baba Agbako is alive. Yeah, he's around 94 now.
Oh,
and
wow.
you know, he's one of the oldest. You know, still living. One of the oldest entertainers that we still have. You know, he's still breathing, he's still living. And so I started my journey from him. You know, I've been writing since my primary, secondary school days, and so I started my journey from him. And in that journey, I met a whole lot of people, you know, that in one way or the other contributed so much to my career. And one of them is even having his birthday today. That's Otumba Adebayo Salami Ogabelo.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, it is his birthday today. Yes. So I'm using this moment to say happy birthday to you, sir. Wish you long life and prosperity.
Amen.
You know, he's a man that has contributed so much. There's no way. Yes, you can write my story, and if you read it and you do not see the name Adebayo Salami, then
that means an incomplete story.
Something is missing. So I have his likes. I have the likes of Rasad Olaiwola Odupagogo. I have late S.I. Ola. I have late Isiaka Egunbumi. I have
These are great names you have mentioned.
Yes.
These
so they have in one way or the other contributed to
success story.
Yeah, I have you know, the former president of my association, Tampan, Prince Dele Odule.
Oh yes.
A whole lot of them like that. You know, the journey. You know, I met a whole lot of people. So many names I cannot, you know, mention. And that is Muyiwa Ademola for you. And where I am a bit different from what I represent on screen. Like I said just now, if an actor shoots a film, if an actor is let me make use the example of Baba Charles Olumo Agbako. You know, people seem like
as a wicked person, very tough.
This is one of the softest.
Wow.
I'm telling you, human being I have ever seen.
Wow. Gentle soul.
So gentle, so kind, so welcoming. Because I went to him just one day, sir, I have passion for writing. I can write. I want to be part of this industry. Just once. And I was welcome.
Wow.
So, and I know how I've attempted going to like one or two people. It wasn't possible. I wouldn't mention it. It wasn't possible. You understand? So that shows he was like, okay, let's just do it. And you know, you understand. And so that is Muyiwa Ademola, authentic for you, an actor, a writer, a producer, you know.
If I want to go into the world of authentic a little, I remember that movie you acted with Odunlade Adekola, the one you acted, as an armed robber. Oh, you see.
That's what you see.
I want to ask, where did you get that talent? Because at times when I watch that movie again, and I see you without your bed, you posted it online, one of these recently, that can somebody recollect this location.
And people got it. You I was like, okay. I could not even say anything anymore.
So being an actor, you were able to bring the, let me use the word, attributes of an armed robber. Why did you get the inspiration?
Yeah, thank you so much. You know, acting is about not acting. You know, acting to me is that natural thing you have, that ability to be what you are not, and at the most natural level. So if we have this kind of scene in a
Yes.
film, if we do not handle it this way, if it's been exaggerated beyond this, then it's no more acting. And it's playing to the gallery. But if we have this kind of scene in a film and it's been handled the way we're handling it, then that is pure acting. So acting is one's ability to tap into that imaginary world
and transform it to reality.
You understand? There is some kind of world. There was a time I said, okay, I wanted to be a medical doctor, and so I journeyed into acting, and I was very sad because I wanted to sit, attend to people, make people happy, you know, be part of their healing process, both physical, emotional, and all those, you know, itches they have. And something was telling me, so I said, okay, meanwhile, you've not been a medical doctor, but you have been almost everything. So I've been a medical doctor, I've been a teacher, I've been a robber.
Exactly, a traditionalist.
A traditionalist, an alpha,
exactly.
pastor,
police officer,
lawyer, judge, king,
chief,
everything, you know. So invariably, then there's one thing about acting. At every point in time, you have a feel of what it is to be that character you are portraying.
Exactly.
Because if you happen to be a king, if I'm a king now, and Toba Adebayo Salami is one of my chiefs, and naturally, when I greet him, I greet him on all my four. I call him Baba Mi Hotel because he was there like a father, and he's been there like a father. You know, when I started fresh in the industry, so I greet him like I greet my father. You understand? But in film, I will have to sit
like a king
while he prostrates.
Exactly.
And you see that moment where you use, you know, that you can say, okay, Obankyo. And you will still see that even despite the fact that it is acting, he will not look up while giving him messages at Kabisio, Awaralu, Ati Shito, Ati Wipe.
That is professionalism.
You understand? So there is this feel you have like, and that is sometimes when some people get into some character, they find it difficult to get out of that character. And those are some disadvantages of acting. It's a bit technical. And that is why you have some actors that if they begin to act reach
particular role for a period of time,
a very long time, immediately they leave that richness, get back to their real life, there's this stint of depression they feel. It is very, very minimal. It is technical, but it is there. And the only thing they would love to do is to be on location again, so that they will wear that okay.
And be a big man.
You understand? So you're acting that role again. You are wearing that beautiful cloth. You are riding that beautiful car and all that. So and when you see those people that play those roles of armed robber, they get stuck into that role. You know, when they come out like armed robber, poo, everybody lie down. They love this thing. If this thing gets into your head, whereby everybody lies down, you walk in their midst, you stand up there,
like a small god.
You understand? You know, then at the point you begin to feel. There's a moment you're gonna have a feel of like, am I really like this? You know, it's like that, and that's why it is very possible for you to fall in love with somebody in film, because of the character, to get out of that love, falling in love situation.
Wow,
it's possible for us to see somebody that says, no, I don't want to have a kid, I don't want to have a child, I just want to enjoy my life. And she plays the role of somebody that has a child in the film, and so she raised a child, just a child, and at a level in her life, she got probably one ailment, cancer. And her son is somewhere as one of those doctors, working tirelessly all over the world to discover the cure for cancer. And one day, the son got it. Got the cure, came back, cured his mom, and his mom is alive. And you know, so what you begin to think is, okay, so if I had not bore this child, probably I would have died of cancer. You understand? So I would go have somebody like that and say, I think I'm going to have a child.
Wow.
It's that thing you see as acting, that thing you see as filming is as powerful as that. Yes,
so it translates to your real life. Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
You know, so you know, so the first thing you do is that you must make sure that you preserve that abstract world, because that is the words you go to tap that, you know, character, and it's your spontaneous ability to go into that world to tap character. Like
that means you must maintain your mentality, you must maintain your sanity. You should be able to separate Muyiwa Ademola from authentic.
You understand?
Just like the way you explain, being yourself and being the professional aspect of your life. Well, before we go on, I want to remind the viewers who are watching us at home, I hope you have washed your hands today. Please remember to stay safe and ensure you keep the social distancing. Same I am keeping with my one and only brother here. Assuming it is not COVID-19, probably I'll be hugging him and I'll be, you know, talking to him as a brother. Now, let's go back to what we have been talking about. The last time when Femi Adebayo joined us on this program, we're talking about the life of a filmmaker during the COVID-19 and after COVID-19. Same thing we are talking today, but in a different dimension, talking about having a source of income and the dangers of a single source of income and COVID-19. Let me ask you this question. What are the direct implications of single source of income in this pandemic era? Direct implications. Having a single source of income during this pandemic era.
We do not need to go to any school to even know that. Because it's so practical. It is happening to almost everybody.
Wow.
You understand? So if all you do is to go to a bank to work, an office to work, now offices are not opening. If the only thing you do is to go to a club, probably as a bouncer or as a receptionist or as a DJ, as a waiter, now clubs are not opening.
How do you feed? How do
you understand? And if your only job is to act, direct, produce, then now you cannot shoot production.
Wow.
Because the maximum number that can come together at a time is 20. And sometimes crews on film crew are even like 15. Sometimes 20. Sometimes over 20. Those are film crew. So that means you cannot go to location.
Wow.
So if you know, like you said the other time, our forefathers will say, "Onokon woja," you know, "Adiya fun teacher to tun tata." You know, so you see, our fathers, they prepared for all those things. And if you see most of the houses, this is Oluyole, but when you see most of these houses, you will still see a small shop being erected in front of the building. Sometimes they will just leave it. They will not rent it out.